Hi, it's the Awesome Vegan Gal here, and today I'm doing a video for a brand that I discovered actually at Whole Foods. I was actually looking to eat more microgreens, as they're called, because they have a lot of good nutrition. So I found this brand, and I thought it was very interesting. And I'll tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to make something to include this with. So I have all the ingredients here, and I'm going to talk to you all about that. So the brand is called Aerofarms, and I want to thank Petra, who I was in touch with by email, for getting me some coupons so I can actually try the product. And they have actually quite a few different varieties, so hopefully I'll do some other videos with the other varieties. So this is what the package looks like, and I'll tell you all about it, and that's the product. It is microgreens, and this is their micro rainbow mix. And tell you again about it and some of the information that Petra shared with me too by email. So it's sustainably grown indoors. There's no pesticides ever. It is non-GMO project verified, and they even have a QR code where you can actually tour the farm. The farm is actually based in Virginia. It's freshly harvested. It's a certified B Corporation, grown with purpose. It's a 2-ounce package, and it says no washing needed, but I usually wash it anyway. I guess it's already rinsed. But, and I'll tell you some things she shared with me by email. So it says award-winning greens, vertically farmed and bursting with flavor. And why is it like this? So there's like thin plastic on the front and here. So it's going to tell you about it a little bit on the back. So it says vertical farming, elevated flavor. We are passionate farmers elevating agriculture with better taste, nutrition, and impact. Enjoy our full, what they call flavor spectrum of fresh, flavorful leafy greens with every meal. It's a vibrant medley. This is of sweet, spicy, and earthy microgreens. Microgreens, if you didn't know, they contain 5 times more vitamins than their mature plant counterparts per the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Pretty amazing, right? And it's responsibly grown with up to 95% less water and 99% less land versus field farming. So they're telling you here on here different ways you can eat it, as in the salad, sandwiches, soups, etc., smoothies, etc. And it says it's made with a recycled plastic. No top lid, so there's actually 40% they say less plastic, so that's why it's nice. And this, the bottom, this can be recycled, this part, or you could reuse it for something if there's something you'd want to use it for. So what's in here? These are perishable, so you do need to keep them refrigerated. And also, I mentioned it is certified kosher by the OU. That's one of the things I mentioned to her in email, that it's a small little thing on the front that says OU, and it's on this actual plastic, so you can barely see it, but she told me they're updating it. I'll share with you what she told me. So what is in this? This is the rainbow mix. It's got bok choy, cabbage, arugula, kale, mustard, and kohlrabi microgreens, and it says ingredients may vary. So just so you know. So now I'm going to share with you some information that she shared with me via email, because I was having an issue with, I actually tried some before. So she says if refrigerated and properly stored, the products last days and up to a week, sometimes even longer, past the, quote, sell-by date printed on the top of the film, which is here, again, it's on the front, but it's not so easy to see. I think they should put that elsewhere, but I don't know if they will do that too. It's on the stamp. I would stamp it somewhere else, you know, like where it's more visible, maybe like over here, because on this part it's hard to see with the greens there, okay? And then she said different factors determine how long the product will be fresh, including some that are outside of our control, like whether it's properly stored at the correct temperature in the store. And we strive to have our customers experience the freshest product possible, so your feedback is very valuable. She was sharing that with me. And a note that she recommends, we recommend not washing the product before restoring. Once wet, its shelf life diminishes. Also, it is best to transfer to an airtight container like a Tupperware or silicone pouch or Ziploc bag, meaning if you're going to keep it, you're not going to use up the whole thing, because this is, what did I say, it's 2 ounces. It's not a lot. You could eat that in a meal, that whole package probably. Regarding your question, again, and the comment about the OU kosher certification, says we are OU kosher. You're correct that the symbol is not easy to find or read. We are actually in the process of redesigning our package and have taken that feedback to heart. Our new packaging will show it in a more prominent space and will be easier to read and find and read. And then she says, as a certified B Corporation, Aerofarms uses the latest breakthroughs in indoor vertical farming, artificial intelligence, and plant biology to improve the way fresh produce is grown and distributed locally and globally. We have built a proprietary agriculture platform to grow a wide array of products, delivering superior flavor, better quality, and improved nutrition with the most sophisticated levels of traceability and food safety in our industry. And then she just mentioned some other things about fouling and recipes, etc. So you can find recipes. So I'll include the website below so you can check out everything and all the different varieties that they offer. So yeah, and I don't know when they started. I didn't ask her that, but this is a great concept because not everyone has time to grow it or wants to bother with all that goes into creating and growing your own microgreens, the right temperature, the right this, the right that, you need light, you need... So here, if, you're going to pay, you may be going to pay a little more, but at least you'll have a fresh, quality product. So that's the information that she shared with me. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, it says it doesn't need washing, but I might rinse it anyway. And I don't know if you probably can't see this, but in the package, you could see the little shells from the greens. Like if you would grow sprouts, the same kind of idea. So so they look really nice and fresh. Again, I'll put this close to the camera so you could see that. So what I'm going to do now, and actually I'm going to put my phone down, so pardon me for just a second, so it's out of the way. So what I'm going to do now is make what I'm going to use with the greens. So I don't know if you've ever done this, so I figured I'll do this in person. It might be a longer video, but at least you'll get an idea of creating a recipe like this, which is fun. So this is, and I think this is called a zoodle. I'll have to look it up. This product I got on Amazon, but you could look up for any. It's a spiralizer where you could spiralize vegetables, and it has two sides. One is like the noodles, and then one is like a kind of like thicker, like long, I think, pieces. But I usually do the noodle side, which is this one. I don't know if I could show you that in the camera, if you could see that. Those, so you just, you could use a peeler, but it won't, unless the peeler has like separations where you can get like real noodles out of it, you won't. So zucchini is the most popular thing that people use for noodles, and I also thought I would try a turnip, and this is a turnip that I've had for a while, so it's actually starting to regrow, which is amazing. So, and then I have other vegetables and some other seasonings to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the top here and the bottom here. And usually what I do is, it comes with a piece that you could push it in, but it doesn't really work. So what I usually do is I'll start with the thinner side and go to the thicker, because as you go down lower, it's kind of like sharpening a pencil as far as how it goes, and I'll show you that. It becomes a pointy on the top. So I'm going to do this like this up in the air so you can see it as it goes into the bowl. So you can see how it's turning into spirals. So people call it a spiralizer. I think this one's called like a zoodle, like I said. And I'll show you what it looks like, how it becomes like a pencil. See, that's what it becomes as it goes down. So as it goes further down, it'll be harder to do. So that's why I always opt for using for starting on the thinner side. And you could do carrots. I've done carrots before too. So with carrots, you'd also want to make sure you get a nice thick, like a bigger, fatter carrot as well. And with the turnip, I probably would have to cut that in half or quarters to do it. You can't do it like that. So it's more for vegetables like this. You could do Daikon radish is another one. So here I'm getting quite a bit. I think I might stop now. This is just to show you the idea, because I have other things to add, and if I want, I can add in. So that's what it looks like. So here's the noodles. So then I'm going to do now the turnip, and the greens you could still use. So the turnip, what I'm going to do is cut off this end piece here, and then cut off the greens. I could actually just put the greens into the dish. They're nice and fresh too. Turnip greens are good. These are just young so I can just put that in anyway. So what I'm going to do is cut off this top here. So I don't need that part. And then I'm going to cut this in half. Like I said, this is an older turnip, but it's still kind of firm enough to use. Other things you could do, I just thought of it, is if you have a butternut squash, and you cut a longer piece, and then you can have a raw. I never thought to do that. It just came to my head now. You can take a squash like that and make raw noodles out of it. I'm sure it'd be delicious. So I don't think this will work. I probably have to do it in half again and make it quarter. So we'll see if that works. I don't know how well that's going to work in this. I've never tried turnip before, but it's worth a try, right? See, I don't know if this will really. I don't think there's enough surface area for me to actually do it. It would just, I guess, not really. Well, a little bit. It's not really. It was a nice thought, but I think it would need to be. It's coming out a little, but it doesn't really turn. It needs to be. I don't know if it would need to be probably need to be a smaller turnip that could fit in here, and then I could turn it, meaning in this size. And I don't know if it actually was. It probably was. Yeah, it actually was. So let's see if I can do it with this part. It's worth a try, right? It's turning a little, but it's not going to make the noodles like the, a little bit. It's not going to create the same noodles like the zucchini, so. I probably, like I said, I probably could left it whole. This is just an experiment and it's a live video, so it's okay. You just have to be very careful with this so you don't cut you can easily cut yourself. You have to be really careful with that. So it's turning a little. There we go. I think I got it now. If you could see that coming out. Oh, now it is. It's coming out now. Maybe I'll just do a little. I think I'll do it all. It doesn't turn as well as the turnip does, but you can see, as I'm holding it up higher, it is coming out, but it's kind of like shredding it into smaller pieces. Not like the noodles, where the zucchini, which is like really noodles. Okay, so we'll just call it quits on that. That was just a nice experiment to try. So here we go. We got some of them, and I'll see if I'll add any to that later. But for now, that's enough. Okay, next what I'm going to add is I have like a mini pepper. I actually just already cut it. So you can do, I mean, the sky's the limit with what you want to make in like a noodle like this salad, a raw spiraled salad. So I'm just cutting them up into little pieces here. And it's nice to get different colored vegetables. Again, the different colors of the rainbow are actually healthy for you, especially the darker colors. Okay. Like you can add there's no end what you can add to as far as seasonings, as far as like making a sauce, add to it like a tomato sauce or like a creamy kind of a cheese type sauce. Although it would be for me would be vegan, so it'd be some kind of a vegan cheese or dressing, or even using yogurt as a dressing. That's an option too. I like that. I like using vegan yogurt, like a Harmless Harvest brand, or there's different ones that are really good that I've reviewed. Cocojune I've reviewed, Harmless Harvest. There's a lot of them out there that are good. So now I'm taking some celery. Sorry, I didn't mention that. I have a piece of celery here I'm going to add to this. And again, how you cut it up is fine. I mean, I'm just doing this at the table, so you do it with a cutting board. So let's see, I'll take a few more maybe pieces of, one more piece of celery here. Just cut off this part. This is the end of the celery that I have. So, meaning from the celery that I was using. the end pieces that are on the inside. Okay. And I also like to add different, and I'm just going to cut this way too. And I also like to add different colored vegetables too, because it has eye appeal. And eye appeal also, it attracts people's attention, meaning they're more interested in the food if it appeals to their eyes. And if you can make it healthy too, that's even more the better. So that's also good. Okay, got to take off a little bit of strings on there. And then I also have an heirloom tomato. I'm going to add that next. And then I might add some more zucchini because this bowl is kind of not that full. It's a big bowl. So I have a nice heirloom tomato here. I love heirloom tomatoes. And if you're not familiar with heirloom tomatoes, there's a lot of other maybe heirloom products, but this is the one I know of the most. The difference with heirloom compared to others, and it's heirloom organic as well, is that heirloom seeds are usually kept for at least 50 years. The same, meaning, you grow, let's say you grow a tomato or whatever vegetable, and then you take those seeds and you reuse them. So you keep going further. So that's why they're a higher quality, because you're using the same seeds to propagate the next plant. So you can find online even like companies that sell heirloom seeds. And if you look in the stores for you want heirloom, like I said, mostly I know about tomatoes. I don't really know about other things. And they have a much richer flavor, and there's many different varieties. One of my favorites is the brand. It's called Brandywine. I think it's spelled how it sounds. It's such a rich flavor. It almost tastes like it's cooked tomatoes. They have such a rich, full body flavor. So I'm gonna cut the whole tomato in here to give it a little bit more juiciness to the dish, because I'm gonna add some seasoning, but I'm not adding any kind of a sauce or anything to it. So this will give it a little more flavor. Again, how you cut your vegetables is up to you. There's no special way or exact way. Again, since I'm just doing it right into the bowl, Okay, so just mixing it up a little with the knife here to show you. And this is also a nice knife. It's actually a smaller knife to have. It's from a brand called Kyocera. It's a ceramic knife, and why do I like ceramic knives? Is because they don't leave a metallic taste to your food. Only thing is they do chip, which this chip, but it's still useful, so I like it. I like this. I use the small one mostly all the time. I just like this size of it. So far I like that. It looks pretty. And then next I also have avocado. So I have a nice, actually big avocado. I think I'll start with half, and then probably add some more zucchini because it's quite empty. The bowl. It's only maybe, a third full or something. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully it's a good one. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. And I'm just going to use half to start. And the way I usually do my avocados is I slice it down the long way and then slice it across this way. And then it comes out pretty easily. You can just kind of pop it out this way, or you can take a spoon, which I have over here. But I'm just going to do it like this. You see how it kind of just pops out? But then if you want to get most of it out, you would want to get a spoon. But I could actually use the knife too, but the skin broke. The skin cracked, I should say, open. Usually, sometimes it comes right out. This is a really nice avocado. A blessing to find a perfect avocado. I always think that is. I always pray on it, actually, that it's going to be a good one. Okay, I'm just going to leave the rest for eating later. So I'll just add that in, and that adds a nice, more color to the dish. Try to mix it up a little here. So look how pretty that looks. Looks nice and pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to actually add some more zucchini, since I didn't get that much in here, so we're adding a little more. And if I could do the turnip, I would, but the turnip seems to be taking too much time. See how easy this is? It comes right out. And if you don't want them so long, what you could do is you stop, let it fall, and then start again. Meaning take it away. See, let's say you only want them that length, so you stop and let them fall, and then they won't be as long. Because if you did the whole zucchini all in one spin, so to speak, they'd be really long. So it's just up to you how you want it. Okay, now the bowl is a lot fuller, so I think I'm going to maybe stop at this point. There's still a little bit left, but I think I'll stop here. So I just have that little bit left. Okay, so now I'm going to mix this up. I actually have a fork too, but I think I'm going to use that for taking out the sprouts first. So I'm just going to mix it with the knife here. Mix it up from the bottom. So we get all the different things. You could see all the different vegetables. You can also add, like I said, carrot noodles, a little, I'm trying to think what other vegetables have a color, like purple cabbage. What else can you use? You can use yellow zucchini is also nice. So yeah, it's just up to you what you like. And other things you could use, herbs, fresh herbs, dried herbs, whatever you like. So just trying to mix this up a little bit more here so you can see everything. So there you go so far. Now, before we add the microgreens, and I actually tried them, because I don't know if I've tried the rainbow mix. I'm going to add here, I have some nutritional yeast, but this is actually organic. You might not have ever heard of it. And I will include everything below, list of all the ingredients I've used that to share with you. So this is from a brand called Shiloh Farms. They're actually organic nutritional yeast flakes, and I've never found them before till I found them online. I just have them in a shaker container I like, and I keep them in the freezer. Why? Because it clumps up. So I keep it in the freezer. It stays much better. So I like to add that. And then I also have over here some, I just have to get up to get it, is some hemp seeds. This is from a brand called Sunfood. This is their raw organic hemp seeds. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in as well. I have a little cup here to, this is about a couple of ounces. This is a 2-ounce cup. I don't know if I'll use that much, but hemp seeds are very good for you too. So I'll add that as well. Okay. And I keep also all my seeds, my nuts, grains, beans, all that stuff I try to keep. Once I open it, I keep them in the freezer so to stay fresher. And then, again, before I add the microgreens, I'm just going to mix this up a little into here. Let's see here how we're doing. Try to get visual of everything. You can see the different ingredients. Okay. And then I have some lemon. It's kind of at the end, the tail end of its life, so I don't know if I'll get much out of here. What I usually do is, if you have a reamer, you could do that, which I have, but I also go like this with the knife. And you can also use the inside. This is actually a nice lemon. It's got a nice skin. You could even grate. You can even grate and do lemon zest, but I'm not going to do that for this one, just to give you other ideas. So I like this. I scrape it out with the knife. Like you squeeze it like this, because there is still some juice in here. And then I go like this. I squeeze it like this, push it down, and it comes out. Okay, so that's just for you to know. Then the other thing I have too here is, put this on the side here, is some coconut aminos. Again, for some flavor and taste. If you don't like to use soy sauce, this is a nice alternative, and it does not taste like coconut. Another thing I have, I'm going to add, and this has to be kept in the fridge, that I like, I have it over here, is, and it's in the same bottle, I actually just transferred it, it's coconut vinegar from a brand called Dynamic Health. So that's also nice. That's another thing that's coconut based, but it doesn't taste like coconut. So I'm going to add that also for flavor. Now, you have to be careful with the coconut vinegar because it's a stronger flavor than the coconut aminos as far as like strong, like tangy, because it's kind of the vinegar taste. So you want to just be careful about how much you're going to use. And I only use half of the tomato, by the way. I didn't use the whole thing. Maybe I'll add it later when I finish. So now I'm going to actually open up. Now that I've added all the seasonings, I'm going to open up the microgreens. Now, if you're not going to use the whole thing, what I suggest is you open up just a little bit. And she says you should store it into a different container once you open it. But if you're going to use it within a day or so, I think it's okay. And I would just open a little, and then I put it on the door of the fridge if you have a space like that so that it won't spill out. Oh, you could also put it into a resealable bag in this. So what I'm going to do is I have a little dish here with water that I prepared before, and now I'm going to take my fork and I'm going to put some in there just to rinse it off. So let me see, get this up, put this over here, and then I'm going to take a little out with my fork so now you can see what it looks like. Put some in here. Whoops, it didn't come out as easily as I thought. Trying to get it into the bowl. Sorry, the camera on the computer here just like flashed. I don't know, sometimes it does that when I'm filming. It's very strange. It has a mind of its own, but that's okay. Alright, so I put a whole bunch in here. And now what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to pour out the water, I am just going to lift it up out of the water. That's why a fork is nice. It kind of drains it. Lift it up out and take this knife out. Lift it up out of the water and put it in the bowl. And that'll look pretty. I'll put that kind of in the center of the dish so it doesn't crowd up the rest, so you can see the rest of the ingredients. Now what I'm going to do with some of them is try them, because I don't think I've tried this one before. So I'm going to try a little bit that's right here. I like the mix. It's nice. It's very fresh tasting and not strong at all. Like, I know they have a spicy one, but even though it said they do mustard greens, it doesn't really taste spicy. I mean, mustard greens by themselves are really strong if you've ever had them. I've eaten mustard greens. Don't recommend them if you don't like things that are really super strong, especially by themselves. But this is really nice. I actually like the flavor. Really nice. Okay, so now I am going to actually try it, but I will show you what it looks like. I'm just going to push this over a little here so you can see. Kind of make it more visible. So here is what the zucchini noodle salad with microgreens looks like. You see that? Now I'm going to go ahead and take a little taste. And now I'm going to mix the greens into the salad a little more and let you know what I think. Nice flavor. The mix of the aminos and the vinegar is really nice. I like that combination. And it doesn't necessarily need a dressing or a or a sauce, but because of those ingredients. But it's just up to you what you think. Really nice, good flavor, good combination of flavors together. So I hope you'll definitely try out this product and all their other products. Again, this is the Micro Rainbow Mix from Aerofarms. And I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.